Hi friends, how's everybody doing today? Hi Beast, hi Zeus, hi Durbo, how are you guys doing? Happy Wednesday. We are back live from my PC. Thank the gods. There was a time when I thought that we'd never be back here, but here we are. We've also got our new PC set up with our new microphone, thanks to the lovely Imperator, who is not here right now. And that means I can use my old HyperX Cloud headphones, which are my favorite headphones. So these have a mic that we never used to use because the mic, for some reason, like it would always static when we tried to use it on stream. Oh my, that is loud. Sugar Tip Twitch baby coming in hot. What's going on, Sugar? Thank you so much for the resub. 9 months. Holy fuck, what are we gonna name our baby? Sugar Tiff. I kind of like that, actually. Sugar Tiff, 9 months. Thank you, Melly, for all your support. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so we're using my favorite headphones again, which is awesome. We had to use the pink Razer ones for a while because we needed the microphone, but these are the HyperX Clouds. You can't see them. These are my favorite headphones. I find they fit my head really nice and they sound nice, so I'm glad that we're using these again now because we have a standalone mic, which is super exciting. I did a little testing with the mic before stream, like kind of reducing the gain and making sure it didn't pick up too much background noise and making sure that it was kind of, well, you could hear me. So I think I have it all set up, but this is my first stream with it, so if you guys have any recommendations, of course, feel free to let me know. But I'm very happy to be back in our normal routine and back in our normal setup. It's very exciting. So thank you guys for hanging out with me this afternoon. Kind of like Sugar, insert word that we are not allowed to say here. Can we please name our baby Sugar Tits? Please. There's nothing else I would want my firstborn child with Melly to be named other than Sugar Tits. Let's be real. That is incredible. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great week. Beast, I saw that you said you just watched the Borderlands 3 BOD. We had a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying Borderlands 3. I can't wait to play more. It's everything that I liked, like, you know, in the other Borderlands games, just better. So it's pretty cool to play. And it's almost as good as the name Sugar Tits for a small child, so. Hey Trev, how are you? So yeah, we're here. What's new with me? Oh, I just got back from pre-ordering The Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition. I'm so excited. As you guys know, The Last of Us is like one of my favorite games. Like, I don't normally like replay games a lot, but I've played The Last of Us, I think, 4 times all the way through. And we're 100% going to play it on stream in February. The game comes out February 21st, so probably like that weekend before, we'll totally go through The Last of Us here on stream. But anyway, they finally announced a release date yesterday, and with that, they announced the collector's edition. So I just went to my local EB Games and pre-ordered the collector's edition. So I get a nice little steel book, and I get a nice little Ellie statue, and an art book, and a big collector's box, and it's great. You honestly sound different. I don't know how to feel. It's because I have this new mic now. So I don't know. I guess this is more like what I really sound like, I would imagine. I don't know. I need to listen to it back later. Although you can never really tell how you actually sound, so I'm sorry if it's bad. I can always go back. I'm gonna go order mine today. Awesome. I can't wait. That's so exciting. Yeah, I can't wait for the game. I'm very excited. I was like, ooh, that's a lot of money. But then I was like, if you look at how much the original Last of Us collector's editions are going for now, if you look on eBay, they're going for like 5 times the price. So, if anything, this is an investment because I can sell this thing and make money. So that's the way I'm looking at it and justifying this purchase. So yeah, but like, no, it's fine. Okay. I was saying, I was like kind of fiddling around with the mic and trying to like set it up and stuff too. So if there's any suggestions that you have in terms of like other ways to set it up, but then I will. I prefer Tiff, not that filtered Razer headset bullshit, Tiff. Yeah, well now I can go back to using my old favorite headset, HyperX Clouds. I only need that Razer headset now if I'm ever gonna like PS4 game. Because that was the only reason I was using it. It's because that mic worked. The mic for these doesn't work. The headphones work perfect. The mic doesn't work for some reason, so. I'm gonna get the backpack one. Awesome. Don't sell Ellie. Oh, I don't want to. But I'm just saying that's how I'm justifying this purchase. is that I'm like, oh, it's a lot of money, but like, you know, if I ever did need the money, I can sell it. I'm totally not going to sell it. But this way, Monster Hunter World PS Pro was like $1,300 a week after it came out. Exactly. Like my Spider-Man PS4 Pro is like worth a lot as well. So it is like a good investment. And for me, like I only buy collector's editions for games that I absolutely love. Like I bought the Spider-Man collector's edition. Now I'm buying Last of Us collector's edition. I don't think I have any other big collector's editions with like statues. I bought a few like Steelbook editions. I have like the Persona 5 Steelbook, but I don't have any more like big collector's editions that come with like figures or anything like that. So these are all the ways that I'm justifying this purchase, okay? Hi King Spade, it's been so much fun. So we've had to take a little break. Hi, thank you so much for the follow, King Spade. We've had to take a little break from Hellblade because I had some computer problems. So I'm excited to get back and play a bit more of it today. Yeah, I've got to turn down those audio alerts. They're way too high. Sorry, 1 second. Turn those down. I don't know why they're high. I think it's because I was messing with audio settings earlier, and it was I changed them so that they were really loud. So 1 second, let me turn them down. But yeah, so we're gonna return. We're almost at the end of Hellblade, actually. Okay, that should be better. Alert sound. What was I saying? Oh, right. We're almost at the end of Hellblade. We probably only have like 30 minutes left of the game, actually. We don't have a whole lot left. And then there is like a documentary that came with the game that's apparently like 45 minutes. It is apparently like a really good kind of insight into like the making of the game and the story and all that kind of stuff. So that my plan for today is to finish the game, watch the documentary, and then we probably have a little bit of time left over. Maybe I'll like play some WoW, or we can just like chat and hang out like this or something. But yeah, kind of a low-key stream for today. I did make some kind of exciting announcements in Discord. We do have some new games coming up on stream, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be, on Friday, we're doing a Friday night stream, and we're starting Code Vein, which is super exciting, which is going to be our new Sunday game. And then obviously we're keep doing Borderlands 3 on Mondays. And then Wednesdays, we're going to do The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So we've got lots of new content coming up. And I can't wait. Tiff, did you skim the application? I actually forgot. Trev, do you want to send it to me in Discord? And then I will later. Trick is to play the collector's edition, then in a few years when the game is super cheap, buy a used copy, and then package the collector's edition back up like it's never been opened. Look at that! Zeus, you crafty motherfucker. That's what we have to do. Yeah. But, okay, so one thing that I did want to do before we start Hellblade is that I kind of just wanted to do a recap of where we are in the game right now. Because I know for me, I need a refresher, and I'm sure you guys need a refresher, and for any of you guys who weren't here for the first 3 quarters of the game, this can be a refresher for you as well. So if y'all are ready for story time, settle in. I've got a nice little synopsis here. So we're just gonna go through, and I'll let you guys know what we've been doing, and then we'll catch up on the game. Hey, Sean! Oh, I love me some voices. Love me some voices. That was still really fucking loud. Thank you so much for the follow, but that was still loud. How do I turn down those alerts? Down. Down, 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 down. Okay. Turn it down even more. So hopefully it'll be okay now. Hey Bam, how are you? Story times make for great fun and imagination. Okay, great. Well, here we are. Settle in. Okay. Are you guys ready? Senua is the protagonist of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and the only individual you'll control throughout the entirety of the game. She's a young woman who suffers from severe psychosis. Her mind is overrun with thoughts and emotions that often paralyze her in fear and doubt. Voices plague her every waking moment, and she's bombarded with visions that are dark and twisted. Throughout the story, she's described as having something more than her sickness, though. She's cursed with a darkness that punishes all those around her, so her father keeps her home to keep her safe. Her mother, too, was touched by darkness. The power that Senua has, the one that springs from the darkness, puts her in tune with the underworld, so it's feared that she will do terrible things. However, Senua feels she can do more, that she can do better, so she goes out from time to time and observes people, and that's how she meets Dillion, a young warrior who sees beyond the stigma surrounding the protagonist and falls in love. But of course, with a title like Hellblade, you just know not everything is going to be rainbows and sunshine. And this meeting of two young hearts... Oh, okay, I didn't even need to read this part. This is like the... I feel like this was... But anyway, okay, I'll keep going. Hi, Andrew, how are you? Okay. Here we go. While meeting Dillion was certain a bright spot in Senua's often dark world, a blight would come to wipe away any happiness she held. In time, a plague would fall over her village. Slowly, I gotta turn those off. Those are so loud. Melly, thank you so much for the host, my love. I appreciate it, but we don't need to hear them. We can see them, right? Do we need to hear them? Let's turn off the volume. How about that? Slowly white. Oh yeah, plague came to the village, killed Dillion. Yeah, Hellblade Senua's sacrifice opens with our protagonist first setting foot upon Helheim shores, and this is exactly when everything gets really deep. I don't know how I feel about this summary. We're gonna keep going, but I don't know how I feel with this. Yeah, this one's kind of weird. How long? It's really long too. Okay, no, fuck this. I don't like this one. Let's find a different plot. Here we go. Okay, this one is shorter and more to the point. Plot. Start over. Everything I just said, throw it out the window. Set in the late 8th century, the game starts with Senua, a picked warrior from Orkney, arriving at the border of Helheim in a quest to save the soul of her dead lover, Dillion. Here we go. Yeah, this is a better summary, I can already tell. From the goddess Hela. Senua believes she carries a curse and hears furies, voices in her head commenting on her every actions, notably one, the narrator, who is aware of the player's presence and talks to them. She's also followed by the darkness, a dark entity at the core of the curse. She carries Dillion's severed head to use as a vessel to his soul, and is also guided by her memories of the stories of Druth, a former slave of the Norsemen, well versed in their legends, now deceased, who became her friend and mentor during a year-long self-imposed exile. To enter Helheim, Senua defeats both the fire giant Surt and the spirit of illusions Valvran, but as she crosses the bridge to Helheim, is attacked by Hela, who defeats her with a single blow, shattering her sword. Barely surviving the encounter, she follows visions of Druth and a man-shaped light she believes to be Dillion to a great tree where she faces 4 challenges linked to her past, and is rewarded with the legendary sword Grammar, strong enough to kill gods. Meanwhile, Senua's backstory is unveiled through her hallucinations, revealing that her mother Galena suffered the same curse she did, but did not believe it to be dreadful. However, Senua's devotedly religious father Zinbel did and burned Galena alive. Senua witnessed the event at age 5, which caused her psychosis to worsen significantly and led her to convince herself her mother died willingly. Her father, convincing her that her condition was a curse, abused Senua emotionally and physically and isolated her from the rest of the world until she met Dillion when he visited her village. The two fell in love, and Senua left her father to be with him as he saw her as different and misunderstood instead of cursed. However, after a plague killed many in Dillion's village, Senua, believing the fault to be hers, left in exile. When she returned a year later, having hopefully left the darkness behind, she found everyone killed by Norsemen who had invaded, and they sacrificed Dillion in a blood eagle to their gods. Remembering the stories of Druth, Senua departed on her journey to save Dillion's soul from the gods of the Norsemen. Ultimately, Senua fights against the influence of the darkness and defeats the beast Garm. She then realizes that the darkness is a representation of her father's abuse and beliefs, and she frees herself from her furies. And that's where we are. So yeah, on our journey so far, we've kind of just been, we've been on this journey to get to Hell and fight Hela and get our lover's head back, and along the way we've kind of been forced to look Senua's past in the face and realize that she's not actually cursed. She was just abused and had a crazy fucking abusive father. And she suffers from terrible mental illness. So, for anybody who missed the first 75% of the game, it was a lot of, there was some fighting, there was some puzzle solving, there was some beautiful landscapes, but it was mostly about Senua exploring her past and just trying to make it to Hell to save her lover. So where we are in the game right now is that we just defeated the darkness, Garm, and we've realized that the darkness came from inside this whole time. It's very spiritual. And so now we are actually getting ready to enter Hell to fight Hela and get our lover's soul back. So that's kind of where we are. And hopefully y'all enjoyed the story time. You know, story time with Tiff. Nice Wednesday afternoon. But yeah, no, the game has been very fun. I really enjoyed it. We were playing it, and then I had computer issues, so we had to take like a week off. So I think we only have about maybe a half hour left of the game. We don't have a ton left. So we're going to finish off the game. It's probably going to take me a minute to remember the buttons, so deal with me on that one. And Matt, the big 2-0 is finally here. Holy moly, what's going on? Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that very much. Yes. Matt, thank you. How are you doing, friend? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the big 2-0. I appreciate that more than you could know. You're off for a staycation this week. Staycations can be really fun. Like, obviously traveling and like going new places is great, but exploring like your own areas also can be really cool. So I hope you have a great time. Hey MK! How are you doing today? We're just loading up Hellblade now. I explore my area all the time. Working for the man. You know, gotta do what you gotta do. I feel that. I feel that indeed. Also, maybe the reason those alerts were so terribly loud is because my headphones were turned up so goddamn loud. I just turned them down. Whatever. It's fine. So, yeah, for, this game has been absolutely gorgeous. Like, the visuals and the audio are honestly uncompared with anything I've really ever played, so, I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's see how it ends. Yeah, Matt, we are back in business. The computer is working again, which is good. And we're about to take Senua into the depths of Hell to fight, Hela herself and get her lover's spirit back. Here's our girl Senua. Her arm is looking pretty black there. We had a couple of failures. I wanted to... let's see what the buttons are before we continue. Controls. Yes, right. X, Y, B, A, R, B. Yeah. I mean, I'll figure it out. We'll be fine. So, okay. I guess we're not jumping down there. I've never seen this game? Yeah, so I heard so much about it. Like, you know, it won so many awards and everything, and everyone was just talking about it, but I never gotten a chance to play it. So I finally got around to it, and I can see what everyone was talking about. Just as a technical marvel, even if you don't enjoy sort of like the plot, because it is sort of like a it's not a straightforward plot. It's very symbolic and stuff. So even if you don't like that, you have to appreciate it for just the technical marvel that it is. It's fucking awesome. It looks like Lexa from the 100. I could see that. I could see that, Zeus. I only ever watched the first 2 seasons of the 100. I'm not a big TV person, but I really did like what I see, and I should probably watch more, but I'm just not a TV person, honestly. Okay, I don't know if we came up from down here, or if we have to go up that ladder. I can't remember where we came from, so... let's try this ladder over here. Let's see. And, yeah, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but there's like a 45-minute making of documentary that's included with this game, so Once we're finished playing through, I kind of want to watch that, and we'll get some more insight into the story and like kind of how it was made and all that kind of stuff.
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods.
Watch way more shows than games I play. Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. If I have free time, I'd rather play a game than watch a show. That's just me.
Secrets inside of me.
You don't have time for everything, so.
That even I can't see. I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillion. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods.
That's fair, MK.
There will be a time,
Multitasking.
3 years long. Then mankind will turn on itself. Brothers will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great.
See ya, Bam. Have a good meeting.
Age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
All heard of Ragnarok. In one way or another, whether it was through Thor Ragnarok, the Marvel movie, or whatever your experience may be. I think a lot of us know the ancient Norse belief of the end of the world, Ragnarok. Spooky, lots of chains. And I guess hell is supposed to be a little spooky in its aesthetic. What would you use to decorate hell? Chains and hooks are definitely up there for me in terms of hell decor, I think. So this was the bridge that we fell off of a very long time ago. Finally come all the way around now. We're fighting our inner demons. Ready to fuck shit up. Some carcasses, blood dripping, fire, yeah. All these things sound good. Well, I guess this isn't the right way. Really not the right way though? It really seems like it would be the right way. Before I go all the way down, let me check again. Maybe I had to do like some of my looking. Yeah, that's what we have to do. Had to repair that bridge. So yeah, now that I face my darkness too, there's less voices in my head. As we were going through the game at the very beginning, it was just like they didn't shut up. There was just so many voices. Actually, I don't have to fix the other side of the bridge. But now that we're kind of achieving mental clarity, I suppose, the voices are quieting. Okay, we have to go on the other side now and fix the bridge from that side. I got it. Red Dead Redemption 2 new campaign just seems so time-consuming. Oh, you'll drop 60 hours in the Red Dead Redemption 2 campaign for sure. It's very long. Oh! Shit. Now we gotta figure out the buttons. What? Which one's dodge? A is dodge.
They're winning.
Oh, you've played it! You were just gonna play it again. Oh, gotcha. There's like a kick button too that... I think it's Y? No, not Y. Must be B. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, I absolutely hate single-player games that, like, to get the plat, you have to do stupid online things. That's the same with The Last of Us, actually, and I really hate it. You can't get the plat in The Last of Us without, doing online stuff. And because the game is so old now, you can't even really do the online stuff, and I hate that. Is this Souls-like combat? I don't know if I'd describe it exactly like that, Matt, but it's kind of like that, I guess. You just dodge and chop. So, I guess essentially, yeah.
Behind you.
Fuck. Gotta get the hang of this again. Kinda forgot how to play, honestly. It's a little more forgiving than Dark Souls for sure. I say as I'm probably gonna die right now, but...
Behind you.
Yeah, I don't even know what to describe it as, like, honestly. It's like an over-the-shoulder dodging, slashing adventure. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's unique. I can hear the voices a little bit here. There we go. We killed him.
How will she do it? What will she do?
How's she going to find his actual soul? Where does Helen keep the souls? How will she get it? What will Helen do? She must bargain.
No,
She'll kill her.
she cannot bargain with Hela.
She's not strong enough to kill Helen.
What does Hela do? No one can bargain with Hela.
What does Helen want?
Yeah, if you guys aren't listening with headphones, I definitely recommend it. The, like, 360 sound effect is really nice.
She'd rather die.
Oh, she can see it. The bridge.
She can't cross the bridge.
It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before.
She can't fix it. She's done it before. She can. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it?
There must be a way.
You have to try.
The gate. She'll never make it.
She can see it.
The bridge. She can't cross the bridge.
It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before. You have to fight on.
Be powerful.
The final battle. Get his soul back.
It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
That's my girl. So much self-growth. I love it. Get higher.
She can do
There we
it.
She can do it. She can still see the secrets of the gods. She can think differently.
So special.
She must see.
She has the sight. She can see their secrets.
Oh. Story time.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Lots gonna happen when Ragnarok comes, apparently. Okay. We've got to get higher up on this side to fix that bridge, I think. Try from up here again. Line it up correctly. Maybe we gotta go back the other way. Try to go across, and if not, we'll go back the way we came. See if there's another way around.
There's an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way.
Oh no, I can totally jump that.
Align herself. She
Think?
can do it.
There's the door.
She aligns herself. It's there.
And I need to align myself, so I feel like I need to get... Oh, here we go. You had to look at the door this way. Got it. Got it now, folks. Here, the prison cells of hell. Rhymes.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Okay. For that lore. Assuming this won't open and we have to crawl under there. Yep. After playing video games for so many years, you start to get the tropes, you know what I mean? There's an exposed hole, you 100% have to go through. Wording. Phrasing. Fuck. Uh-oh. Things are getting spooky! That guy's really big! I mentioned this in some of our early playthroughs, but I really like each chop you can actually see the marks on their body, like the cuts, and you can see the blood and everything. It's pretty cool. It's a great attention to detail that they put in this game. Oh fuck. I'm not gonna die. You got it. You got it. You got it.
She won't make it.
The voices can come so in handy sometimes. Man, they got some fucking health. Jesus Christ, there's one. Okay. There we go. Oh, there's another guy now. Good. I love being outnumbered.
He's down. Finish him. Finish him.
Behind you.
There we go.
Behind you. Behind you.
Must remember, she can focus.
The mirror.
The mirror focus is built. It's building.
You finished.
You can do it.
There we
You're
go.
close.
Oh, I'm done, ladies. In my head. Oh, got another piece of the bridge. Beautiful. And then I think there's just one more, because there were stairs upwards. Either that or it's just the last piece of lore. Either way, we'll go up and get it. Oh, there we got a burning body in a cage. We're definitely in hell. The Helly aesthetic. Ah, yes, it is the last piece of lore. We did miss a few throughout the game, but we got a lot of them,
The Northmen say that each god will do battle at Ragnarok.
which is good.
Odin
We
will
only
fight
missed
monsters
1,
worth
2,
being
3, 4,
killed,
5, 6,
but
7,
his son
8
will
out of
avenge
like,
him.
I don't know how many are there, 50.
Heart of the
It's pretty
beast.
good.
Freyr will face Surt, but he had given his sword away for love, and without it, he cannot defend himself against the flames. Thor will smite the Midgard serpent to no avail. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, steam will shoot up, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth. And
Wow,
all
this
the
is a
world
dramatic
will burn.
storytelling.
All the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla, and the people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
Well, shit. Ragnarok. Alright. I think we're good to cross the bridge now. Go back there. Yep, bridge is complete. Ella, here we come. Coming for you, Dillion. True love never dies! In this game, the perfect example of that. She is carrying her lover's head straight to hell. She is fighting demons both inner and outer. All for her love. On you boys, find yourself a girl who will fight for you like Hela fights for Dillion. I mean, Senua fights for Dillion. This music is cool. It's hard with all these people here and there's not a whole lot of room. almost dead, according to the voices. Yep.
Behind you.
There we go. Okay. Oh fuck, wrong button. I should have dodged. Good thing we got this focus. Oh, there's another one? Good. I mean, it is the final showdown.
Behind you.
Getting to the gates of hell is probably not an easy task. You probably gotta fight a lot of shit if you're going to hell. This is probably a realistic representation of what it would be like, you know?
Behind you.
Holy fuck, there's a lot. Okay.
Finish. Get out of the way. You want it.
Okay. We gotta back up.
Behind you.
Whew. Not a lot of room on this bridge, I'll tell you. Okay, that's one.
Behind you.
Oh fuck! Hello. Where the fuck did you come from? Oh my god, this is a never-ending wave. Holy fuck. Okay. Yeah, they okay. There we go. Two down. Oh fuck! Oh my god, they're surrounding me. Okay, we gotta back up. Holy fuck. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Get up, Senor. Oh my god, they sent out the whole fucking army to greet me here at the gates. Which, you know, makes me feel honored, but... we're completely off the bridge now. Is this supposed to be a battle that we can win, or do you think I'm supposed to die here? I mean, I don't want to test that. We're gonna fight as much as we can. Maybe she's supposed to die at the gates of hell, I don't know.
Behind you. Behind you.
Woo! Oh, wee! Senua! Holding your own! You got it, girl. I believe in you. Everybody believes in you, even the voices in your head. They're nice voices now. They were mean at one point.
Behind you.
Oh, fuck. No, I think we're thinning them out now. I think we're almost done. Fuck. Oh my god, this is hard! Oh my god, there's more! Oh, this must be impossible.
She's injured. She gets quicker behind you. Focus now.
Holy fuck. This is a whole fucking army! Holy moly. Okay. You've killed like 100 of them, girl.
It's not over. Behind you. Behind you.
You can do this. Fuck.
She can still do it.
Hey, Jarvis.
It's nearly over. She's hurt. There's blood.
I'm back up against this door now.
Behind you. Behind you.
Holy fuckaroonies. How the fuck am I supposed to... How long is this battle? I mean, it's gotta be close to the end.
She will die.
I'm gonna die. Come on, voices. Get out of here. I hear a lot of click, click, click. Oh, is my mic, picking up my controller? That's annoying. I apologize for that.
She's hurt. Watch out.
I guess that's the perils of getting one of these new, fancy mics. It's like when Trev types on his mic, you can hear every clickety-clack. It's like a 7-year-old playing a fighting game! I take offense to that. Audio quality is great though? Awesome! I'm glad to hear it. Also, what the fuck? My arm blackness, reset. It was all the way up to my neck. And now it's like reset down to my elbow. Seems kind of strange. Did I get cured? Also, yeah, this is insane. You have to kill so many of these things. We might be here a while, guys. There is a lot of guys you have to kill. Oh, the whole black arm thing isn't real. It's just a bait. Really? That's interesting to know. Fuck. Okay.
Don't let them get behind you. Keep them inside.
Lurk mode. Get good and fuck these guys up. Have fun working.
It's not over.
I'll be here fighting this big motherfucker.
He can read. Take him down.
Fuck. I have to truly test the audio with her singing.
She's injured.
A live studio performance here now, thanks to Imperator. I can't wait to play the stream back later and hear it sounds. Sorry about all the clicking, but trust me, this takes a lot of button movements to fight all these motherfuckers. Oh, maybe. Maybe you were supposed to die there by those overwhelming monsters so that you can see that the blackness won't actually kill you. You've conquered it now or something. I bet that is actually what it's supposed to do, because I feel like this time there's a lot less enemies. So I feel like that actually is what was supposed to happen. I might be wrong here, but I just have a feeling that they wanted to show you that the black wouldn't actually kill you. Hey Morgie, how are you today? Nice to see you. Because there is definitely less enemies here now than there was before. Like, it's night and day. Remember before I was surrounded, like, on both sides? I'm covered in animals! Well, what an amazing way to be, in my opinion. Sounds perfect. Oh, fuck. I didn't expect the thrust. Morgie, me and Melly are having a baby and we're naming it Sugar Tits. How do you feel about that? Would you like to be the godmother? Yes! Yay!
Behind you.
We have a godmother for our child, Mel. Oh yeah, you were that was definitely what was supposed to happen. You were supposed to die to realize that that blackness wasn't going to spread to your head. Because the enemies the second time were just not even close.
She's going to die. I'm scared. Wait.
But okay.
What happens when she dies?
We cleared the enemy mob. It's time to open the gates to hell and meet Hela herself. Y'all ready?
If she sacrifices herself, she sacrifices us. Wait, stop. We don't want to die. Stop. Senua, turn back.
Whoa.
Wait. What?
What happens when she dies?
What happens to us?
What happens to us?
We die too.
Do we die too?
We
I
die
don't
too.
want to die.
I don't want to die.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
Senua, stop.
Senua,
Turn back.
Stop. Stop her. Why is she going? Stop.
I just gotta put sugar in front of it? I guess so.
Die. She will stop. Stop.
Yeah.
I don't want to die.
Morgie, how was the rest of your Untitled Goose Game last night after? I really enjoyed watching
If you
it.
don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them.
I have to tell you the ending later? Yes, please.
They are afraid.
I can only imagine how something that wild must have ended.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No.
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
Oh, we passed into the gates of hell, I think. We left the voices behind.
It's not like the old stories.
No, we still got one voice.
The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that
Oh, the only voice left is her mother.
lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape.
Oh, that's cool. You can see all the runes, and you can see the ones that I missed, too. Ouch. I got a lot of them, though. Yeah, Morgie, this game has just been amazing. There's like a making of documentary that we're gonna watch now when we're finished. We're almost finished. And hopefully it'll kind of explain some things. But yeah, this game has been so good. So interesting.
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods!
Yes, Senua!
Why?
Yes, girl! Stand up to that fucking
This is what
evil
happens
dad
when
of
you
yours.
accept the voices of the underworld.
Who burned your mother at the fucking
Call into
stake.
your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, son?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
Whoa, this is getting trippy. Also, Kings, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying the stream.
You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
The rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
Guy sounds like he's talking through 80 fans, or is that Darth Vader voice changer? Zeus! Thank you so much for giving a sub to Kings. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
You can't wish it away.
Just at the perfect, dark, scary time of the game, a nice deed has occurred.
I won't let you kill me.
Oh, the music. Also, my sword looks like Sting. It's blue. Burning at the stake literally scares me. I mean, I don't think that's, like, irrational. I think that's totally fair. Who wants to burn at the stake? Oh, this is cool. Well, Morgie, if you want to really get technical, imagine burning your own wife at the stake and making your daughter watch it, because that's what Senua's dad did. Dad of the fucking year. No wonder girl's been hearing voices. How do you ever get over something like that? The real evil here is her fucking psychotic father. Child abuse, people. It's not okay. It's what we're learning here today.
Through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Look at you. Running forward and moving backwards to wallow in your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
Whoa. Oh, it's turning into all the different bosses that I fought throughout the game. Yay, Melly! Yeah, I didn't get the backpack one. I just got the collector's edition one because I was like, I cannot justify paying like an extra however many dollars for a backpack. But that's still exciting. Maybe you can even upgrade to the LA edition later if you did want to. Yeah, I'm so excited that I got my Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition pre-order. That it's definitely a hot commodity, and I think it's gonna end up being a rare item. So. Oh, perfect, Mel. That's great.
Behind you.
Holy fuck. Oh, if you're the only the second person, then I bet you'll probably be able to get one. Okay, this is hard. Two of them at once. Fuck. I remember we had trouble with this guy when we actually fought him, so let alone two of them. Oh, now the beast is back. The music is amazing right now.
Watch out. Careful. Delian! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
Watch out. For what? What can he do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your battle. Let go of redemption. Let go of Dillion.
Behind you.
Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Behind you. Watch out. Watch out.
Fuck.
Behind you. Watch out. Let go. Go, Senua. You're going to die. Watch out. Surrounded, Senua. Behind you. Behind you. Watch out. Careful. Be careful, Senua. Careful. Let go of Dillion. Let go of your battle. Behind you.
Oh, I think this is another one where I'm supposed to die. Hopefully, because I just died, so. shit, she is not looking good right now. Ouch. Or Senua. I think that's supposed to be her mother. She's burned, maybe? Maybe it's Hella, I'm not sure.
If you're alive, and there's no darkness, then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dorian.
Oh god, oh no. Her crying has turned into
Is that what you want me to
manic
do?
laughing.
After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him.
Wow, this is so well done, hey?
I'll give you my life. That's what
Hi
you
Jay,
promised.
how are you? You arrived at a very dramatic moment.
Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it.
Glowing light seems to be probably a good sign. Seems like a positive ray of sunshine in this very dark moment. Ooh. Ooh, that felt good.
But if you won't, you will have to kill me. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest.
no power over me.
Wow. Her face. This is gripping, this imagery. I don't know if I've ever seen a video game more beautiful. Oh, wow. Oh no. Is her journey for naught?
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death.
Oh. This is so sad.
Without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death.
Oh my god, this imagery is actually making me tear up. Seeing her like that and seeing him like that.
The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
If that's the ending of the game, I'm actually gonna cry and then I'm gonna scream in anger. That can't be the end. I'm also definitely gonna need to read one of those ending explained articles when we're done. I got questions.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Semir. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea.
I can try to explain afterward as well. Okay, that'd be great, Jay.
Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
Oh no. Oh. It's the rot. The darkness is back. The darkness is Wait. 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 What is it? It
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend.
Wow, I am so confused.
This now will be your story.
There was a very, beautiful ending, but I have no idea what happened. Cesark, thank you. I have literally no idea what just happened. Got me confused in the beginning as well. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one who's confused, but she didn't get reunited with Dillian in the end. That scene with the two of them, though, was absolutely beautiful. Bitch, you alive? Alright, I'm gonna go. Oh, Jay says, in sum, this game is all about Senua's inner journey to overcome herself. In the beginning, she was on her way to save Dillian's soul by going to Helheim, governed by the goddess. Hello? Long stories, you might as well read and clarify more. Yeah, I'm gonna go find a summary, and then we're gonna watch that documentary. So let's see, Hellblade story explained. Let's see, we're ready for story time while this beautiful music plays in the background. There's a Kotaku article here. Well, this is long. Okay. Okay, let's read it here. Hellblade keeps you strung along because you want to unravel a mystery, even if, in this case, the mystery is just trying to sort out what is real and what is a manifestation of Senua's psychoses. Even at the bitter end, we're not told explicitly what has happened. The last cutscene is long and drawn out as Senua bargains with the silent goddess. Throughout the whole thing, she's still questioning, are you a lie? Are you a liar? Are you just part of me? Or will I get Dillian back? Even though she has been on this long, arduous journey, the delusion that is part of her psychosis still haunts her. There's no cure for it, only the slow, painful process of coming to terms with it. In the end, Senua appears to be killed by Hela and then reunited in a way with her lover. We then see the goddess picking up Dillian's head and dropping it off a cliff and into the void below. Zen revealed that this was Senua, not Hela. As in the earlier parts of the game, her horrific death was not literal, but rather a part of her journey. In this instance, it's indicative of Senua coming to terms with loss and with death. Not her own, but Dillian's. Even though the game is framed as a journey to retrieve Dillian's soul, it ends with Senua's acceptance of the fact that such a thing was never possible, that her beloved was already beyond her grasp. The trauma of Dillian's death is one of the major themes Senua must deal with, while the second is that of her own darkness, ever present within her but exasperated by her earlier treatment at the hands of her father and the death of her mother. The voices actually disappear for the last cutscene of the game, to a point where it almost feels like Senua has defeated this part of herself. Of course, this would be problematic in a game all about mental illness. You can't just defeat a mental illness in real life. As the end cutscene progresses, however, we learn that the voices are still there. At first, it's just the main voice, the narrator, who tends to speak more reasonably. The other voices are still there, and the darkness too. The darkness is here, the chorus reminds Senua in increasingly worried tones. This whole journey hasn't been for nothing. Wait, it's different. The tone changes slowly as Senua walks away from the edge. As she learns to accept death, Senua also learns to accept her own darkness, and the fact that it will always be with her. There's also a secret ending, apparently. There's also a secret ending to Hellblade, or rather an extra scene you can get. The extra scene features Druth, and is unlocked at the final portal if you found all the lore stones in the world, which I unfortunately didn't. Druth reveals that he was lying to Senua throughout the story. He reveals that he tried to broker peace between his people and the Northmen after they took him as a slave, but instead, after being tortured, he led the Northmen right to them. There's another part to it. He also reveals that her own people were betrayed by one of their own. He describes a man in black who sounds suspiciously like Senua's own druid father. It is not the gods who cause so much suffering, he concludes. It is those close to us. So it was her father who killed Dillian in the end, I guess. He led the Northmen to their camp. Wow, I have a really long explanation here, too. I'm not gonna read this whole one on stream. This one's really long. But I'm definitely gonna check this one out after it. Everybody recommends to watch the documentary. It's only like a half hour apparently at the beginning, so let's take a look at that. Maybe it'll shed some more light on the story. Sounds like she should have just not been sad and would have cut out a lot of stuff. Senua realized she was tricked by her dad, who kept telling her that Senua has the darkness, and only her dad can save her. Her dad also says her mother had been consumed by the darkness, thus burns her alive, and Senua watches her mother burn alive. This is the main reason for her psychoses as well. Yeah, it's just essentially that, like, overall, she was just mentally and physically tortured as a child, and it just led to this terrible... I mean, obviously she already had mental health issues, but she was just abused so greatly, and she finally found an escape with Dillion, and even that in the end wasn't enough, and his death was just something that she couldn't overcome. I guess the story is all about just getting away from her father, accepting Dillion's death, accepting who she is, and trying to move on. And it is sad, because there isn't a happy ending here, and as it said, she still has to deal with this darkness, and mental illness is not something that you just beat. But it's something that, you know, gets better, and I guess that's what the story is. And I'm sad, like, I wish she had reunited with Dillion at the end. That scene of them together was absolutely beautiful. It was a sad story, honestly. There wasn't really, you know, a happy ending in here. But God, what a beautiful game. Just the presentation, the audio and visual production is just 11 out of 10. I don't know if I've ever seen a game as beautiful as that. And, like, I know for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of these metaphorical stories. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate them for what they are. But, you know, when it's hard to, I guess, distinguish what's real from what's not, it can kind of undermine the story a little bit sometimes. And that's kind of how I feel now, and I'm definitely going to have to do some background reading into it. Which, you know, but that is kind of cool to make you have to think about a game after it's over. So, you know, there's two different sides to a story that's presented like this. But either way, you can't deny that was just a beautiful game. I'm really glad that we got to experience it. It was sad, and it makes me kind of want to hold my loved ones close. But before we put this to bed, we do have the Hellblade feature here, which is apparently about 20-25 minutes, and it kind of talks about the game, talks about how it was made, and hopefully will give us some insight. So let's check this out. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and hopefully we'll enjoy this little featurette here. I wish I could get rid of the play pause thing, but I don't think I can. Or make it full screen, so this is what we're rocking with here.
Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours...
I just heard an alert, but I turned away from my phone for a second. What happened? Oh, Jay, follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure.
I like how calm this guy's voice is.
Was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senuna in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica, who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe...
Do you guys feel like calmed right now? This is like some ASMR storytelling.
Not be conquered.
So calming.
and so the Romans built a wall called Hadrian's Wall that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
His voice is like fleece Q-tips!
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
So nice. This is our Saturday afternoon cry fest and then relaxation.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts.
Get a history lesson. This is all in one here today,
And
folks.
so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands.
It's Wednesday? Did I not say it was Wednesday?
Thereafter, replaced by the
My bad.
Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The North
Love this? I'm glad, Morgie. Oh, I said Saturday? Yeah, I meant to say Wednesday. My bad.
Chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their
My bad
gods.
on that one.
The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was truth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Ruth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher.
I can't get over how soothing this guy's voice is. Like, I could listen to this guy talk about anything. I love this.
Descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favour of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe...
Tim is focused. Sorry, this is so interesting.
Is a part of ordinary life.
I'm enjoying this. Rewarded for nudity. Look, his junk was covered up. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance. They can appear right there in your ear. They can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears.
Yeah, the voices and the way that they sounded, like, they were 360 all around you. They were far and they were close. They were so good. They did such a good job.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team.
2 young voice hearers!
And they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also, crucially, listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
This game is probably best played with a headset. Yeah, it literally says that on, like, the opening. When you boot up the game, it says, like, headphones recommended. And yeah, no, it sounded so good through my headset.
A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the vision or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told.
I can't imagine suffering something like that, hearing voices.
The reality of what people experience was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined.
Just hearing the voices in this game drove me crazy. I can't imagine how would you deal with it. If it was your life, it's wild.
So far away, don't you know how I wanna feel deeper?
Trevor, are you home yet? How was work today?
How you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
I'm sorry to hear that, King. It must be very hard. Work is always boring? Yeah, that's why they call it work and not fun.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Feel like this, read like this, I just wanna live, that's all. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel.
So was any part of Senua's journey real? There had to be some aspect of realness to it, because she was getting physically injured. Obviously, there was some parts that were just psychosis. But she must have went on a physical journey somewhere.
Of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions, and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students are
It's
involved in
unanswered, but it
projects
may be
are
all in her
incredibly
head.
excited
Okay.
About being involved. They have described
Yeah, in
the
my
experience
mind, and
as
I guess
being
it's open
important
to
because
interpretation. In
it
my mind, I feel like
values their lived
after she
experience
left the
and
village and
shows
saw
that despite what we have been
Dillian
through,
was dead,
all
she
of that
wandered through the
experience becomes
forest.
valid,
You know, she
but
thought she was
actually,
going to hell. I feel like her
it's
journey
something that
actually
we should all
happened,
be
you know, in the
talking
real
about.
world. She
The
probably was
experiences
going through the
described
forest,
range
fighting
from
some monsters,
beautiful to
falling over
frightening beyond
cliffs. It just
comprehension.
wasn't what she thought
I
it
heard
was.
of
That's
a
kind of
girl
my
who has to live
interpretation
with
of
an
it, but I
angry
guess,
voice
yeah, it's
screaming
definitely
at her,
opened.
slamming on her doors and
You know,
walls
it
24
might have
hours
just
a
all
day.
been in her head.
I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on, feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left.
My interpretation is that she was sleepwalking the
I
whole
was urged
thing.
by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations, or not far enough?
This part was tough.
Just like your soul.
That's true too, Beast.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, you know, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
Having your Achilles tendon cut fucking hurts? I would imagine. Why? Did you have yours cut, Beast?
Yeah, it's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist
In a dream I did. Oh wow.
To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
I would die for some IHOP pancakes right now if anyone wants to deliver. I'm actually hungry. Get some food soon. I have class tonight, so.
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video
Deliver a
editor,
recipe.
had been a stand-in for Senua over
Works,
a
I
few
guess.
months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives.
Yeah, she did an amazing job. And what was very interesting to me there is that she's not an actress, she was the video producer.
Voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exasperated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question is, what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
So Beast, where are you living now in relation to your old place?
Towards
You're
the
in a
end,
new city now,
service
hey?
users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had...
Hey Haphazard, how are you? I don't think Bleeze is here right now, but I will pass along the thanks.
Especially developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there.
That's 60 miles
that
away
I've
from
been
LA.
tackled,
Okay,
to be
so
honest.
you did move a fair distance. Someone translate miles for the Canadian. It's like an hour away, right? 60 miles is like 100 kilometers, which is like an hour away on a highway.
I was blown away by it.
There you go. There's 96 kilometers to use real units. See? My mental conversion was good.
Use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to. Things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
Hellblade will give people a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help.
How did
the
someone
building
even
experience
get this
that
idea for a game? Let's make a game set in, like, you know, the Norse mythology that's about mental illness. Like, it's such an abstract concept. I mean, it all worked out great, obviously, but it just, how did someone even come up with this idea?
I think all the way through, I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying
Really,
to portray
Beast?
the-
That's interesting.
the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had a...
This documentary is actually included in the game itself. It's just right on the main menu. It might be uploaded to YouTube or somewhere like that, but if you have the game, you can just watch it right in the game. It's cool. I like this insight.
We're able to simulate new abstract realities in our minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
That was great. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was just a short little kind of behind the scenes. It kind of gave some insight into how and why the game was created. I thought it was good. I enjoyed that, I gotta say. There you have it. That was Hellblade. Now, I did find a really nice summary online, and I said I wasn't gonna read it on stream, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to move on from Hellblade right now and like do something else without like fully exploring this. So I actually might do a little story time here. If you guys want to do a story time. I'm also starving, so I'm gonna put on food. We'll come back and do the story time. Then I can eat food, and maybe we can play some WoW and do a little change of pace before I have to go to class, I think. Hey Lonnie, how are you? Nice to see you. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go preheat my oven. Come back and do some story time, and then I'll get some food. Yeah, I have a night class tonight, so that's why we're doing an afternoon stream. But 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright, y'all ready for story time? I think I had that link on my phone, so I think this is gonna be a phone reading. Let's see. Should we have like music in the background? I feel like we should. I feel like it's just gonna be awkward if I'm just like here talking. Let's see if we can get like some Hellblade music to play in the background. Let's make this a real story time, okay? Wow, the Hellblade album is actually on Spotify. So let's I don't know, what's the longest song? The longest song is called The Northman, or The Sea of Corpses. I want something more cheery. Ray of Hope. Here we go. This is what I'm feeling right now. I can't hear anything. Oh, there we go. No, let's just find a good one. Ooh, this is spooky. Okay, this'll be good. Just background noise for story time here. Y'all ready? Alright, here we go. Settle in. This game takes place in Orkney, Scotland around 900 AD. Senua lives among a tribe of barbarians known as the Pict on the islands along northern Scotland. Present day. The current day story in the game is never confirmed. It is Senua's doomed quest to bring back her lover from the dead. Obviously that's never going to happen, and such quests always end in failure. What's more, deciphering exactly what is happening in the present day is impossible because of Senua's mental psychosis. She believes that she's traveling to the underworld, Hell, the world of the afterlife from Norse mythology. Obviously, that's not likely what the game makers intended. This is something of an internal struggle for her as she comes to terms with the loss of Dillion. In fact, there's no way of confirming if anything happening in the game is real in any way, or if it's all taking place in her mind. Possible that she's going around killing the Viking raiders that raided her village, getting revenge for Dillion, and interpreting her travels as a journey into hell. But it's also possible that she has never left her village and all the battles she's fighting are just in her mind. Her injuries at the end of the game seem to be real, so I think her quest is probably based on something that is actually happening, but I can't tell for sure. Interpreting the past. The real goal of the story is to present you with the details of the story that leads up to Dillion's death. Senua was the child of a priestess named Galena and a druid named Zinbel. Zinbel lives outside the village with his wife and daughter, and generally maintains an isolationist lifestyle, rarely interacting with the villagers. Senua suffers from rather severe mental psychoses, likely schizophrenia and possibly dissociative identity disorder, commonly known as multiple personalities. She hears voices, sometimes she hallucinates. At times she blacks out and has no memory of what happened after she recovers. At one point in the game, she's shown speaking in another voice, talking to herself and admonishing herself in a mirror for her failures. Oh god. This got too intense. We gotta turn to another song. Jesus. Okay, let's try this one. Her mental illness is likely at least partly genetic, as her mother also suffered from similar psychoses. However, it's also possible their illness was caused by the trauma, as her father seemed to mistreat both her and her mother severely, exposing them to cruel treatments and rituals based on his faith. If these rituals weren't the cause of their mental illness, they most certainly at least made it worse. Senua's mother was loving and understanding of her condition and very... I can't do it with this music. This music is fucked. It's good! It's good music, but I don't think it's, like, story time music. Let's see if there's, like, a story time music playlist. Story time. Oh yeah, there is. Oh no, this is, I think this is, like, metal. Never mind. Oh my god, it is! Okay. This is not what we're looking for either. Relaxing baby music. Ambiance for story time. Let's just... No, we're not gonna use background music. I'm just gonna keep going with the story. God, okay. Senua's mother was loving and understanding of her condition and very supportive of her daughter. However, Galena died when Senua was only 5 years old. As Senua remembered it, Galena committed suicide as she could no longer handle dealing with her darkness, as they came to call it. However, throughout the course of the game, Senua recovers repressed memories and realizes that Galena didn't actually kill herself, but was murdered by Zinbel, who sacrificed her to the gods, burning her at the stake in a cruel ritual to atone for her sins, which he saw as the cause of her and Senua's illness. This was likely motivated by Senua and Galena's close relationship and Galena's supportive attitude towards Senua's condition. Zinbel thought that Senua needed to be cured through penance to the gods, and Galena's insistence that there was nothing wrong with Senua's way of seeing the world enraged him. He could not control Senua the way he wanted because of Galena, and decided to rid himself of her in an attempt to appease the gods and cure Senua's condition. This, of course, did not work. After Galena's death, Zinbel is more controlling of Senua and keeps her locked up in a small room most of the time, trying to cure her condition by torturing her into doing what he wants and not having a mental illness. This, of course, only makes things worse. Zinbel raises Senua in isolation. He rarely lets her interact with other villagers for fear that they will not accept her odd behavior. Zinbel keeps Senua cooped up inside most of the time, but he allows her outside on rare occasions when he is too busy with other concerns to look after her. On one of these occasions, she sees a boy practicing swordsmanship under a tree outside the village. This is Dillion. Not knowing what he's doing, it seems to Senua that he's dancing. Having been raised in isolation, she is intrigued, but also too shy to introduce herself. Instead, she watches him and begins to mimic his movements, learning the dance and copying it on her own. She begins to sneak out of the house to watch him and learn to copy his movements. In this way, she inadvertently learns how to fight with a sword. Senua's mental illness also provides her with certain advantages over other people. She has a tenuous grasp on reality. She has better senses and reflexes than most people. She recognizes patterns and movements more quickly than normal people, and this makes her excel at swordsmanship. One of her outings, while she is practicing her dance, Dillion sees her and they meet. Dillion is impressed with Senua's swordsmanship and amazed to discover that she learned it simply by watching him. Dillion is kind and understanding of people with disabilities, his own father being blind, though he's much more accepting of Senua's oddities than most people. Dillion and Senua become close friends, and Dillion convinces Senua to compete in the warrior trials to become an official warrior of the village. They train together. Dillion begins to understand Senua's mental condition, and he patiently works with her to help her learn to cope. As time passes, they fall in love. Senua's condition begins to improve under the tender care of her lover. Dillion doesn't approve of Zinbel's treatment of Senua, and eventually he convinces her to leave her father and come live with him. Zinbel reacts violently when Senua informs him of her plan to leave. However, with Senua's training and skill as a warrior, he's no longer able to enforce his will on her, and she leaves to be with Dillion. Zinbel's parting words are very hurtful, warning her that the villagers will not accept her and telling her that she is cursed and will bring the wrath of the gods to the village. Senua leaves to be with Dillion despite Zinbel's warning, and slowly her life begins to improve and take on a tone of relative normalcy. Wow. Hey Cassie, how are you doing? But go type in generic piano music. Nah, we don't need music. But okay, so there we go. There's halfway through. I'm gonna go put my nuggets in, and then we'll come back and finish the other half of the story. So one second. Sitting in a school parking lot waiting to pick up your daughter from school. Mom of the year right here, folks. Two-finger typer, mom of the year. Enjoy. Welcome back, Tarvis. You did miss the whole ending, and I'm currently doing a story time explanation of what happened to the game. We're about halfway through, so you missed the first half of that, too. Alright, back to the story. So meanwhile, a scholar by the name of Findon lives in Ireland. He comes from a wealthy family and lives a life of relative luxury until one day his village is raided by Vikings and his sister is taken by the raiders. Findon attempts to save his sister by taking a bag of gold and attempting to buy his sister's freedom from Vikings. The Vikings take his gold but do not release his sister. They imprison him for a time, but eventually they release him. He returns home, but soon his life gets even worse when his father's enemies set fire to his estate. His father and brother are killed. Findon escapes, but is left destitute. His father's enemies claim to regret what they've done and invite Findon to a feast. There they capture him and sell him back to the Vikings. Being a learned scholar, knowing many languages and customs, as well as the geography of the area, the Vikings keep him as a slave, forcing him to lead them to villages and places of wealth that they can plunder for loot. Findon tries to convince the Vikings to be less violent, but to no avail. He initially thinks that he can do good with them and save people from their violence, but all he accomplishes is to lead them to the wealthiest villages along the Celtic coastlands. The guilt and trauma he experiences eventually drives him insane, and the Vikings begin referring to him as Druth, which is a Norse word for a fool or an insane person. Findon/Druth is now racked with his own demons and mental illness derived from PTSD. Six years later, Druth eventually leads the Vikings to Orkney, where they attack and plunder a village close to Senua and Dillion's home. They kill the villagers and leave the bodies behind to rot. Some of the bodies fell into the river and laid there, rotting in the river and thus contaminating the water. One day, Senua goes swimming in the river with Dillion and his friends. However, with Senua's well-attuned senses, she can taste the rot in the water drifting down from the bodies left by the Viking raiders upriver. She tries to warn Dillion's friends about the rot, but they won't take her seriously because of her mental illness and thus disregard her warning. Soon they begin to get sick and a horrible plague begins to spread through the village. Zinbel has been looking for a way to get Senua to return to him, and he blames the villagers, and mostly Dillion, for taking his daughter away from him. So he spreads rumors around the village that Senua is cursed, and that it's her curse that has brought the plague, hoping to make the villagers turn on her so that she'll be forced to return to him for protection. Villagers turn on Senua and form a mob chasing her. She's very quick and able to evade them. The whole experience is very traumatizing to her, causing her mental illness to relapse. The whole thing comes to a head when Dillion's own father gets sick from the plague and dies. Senua blames herself for his death. She remembers Zinbel's harsh words to her when she left him, and imagines Dillion blaming her for his father's death. Her mental illness comes rushing back, and she decides to join her mother Galena in the afterlife by committing suicide. She thinks that her death will appease the gods and break the curse, ending the plague on the village. Dillion catches up with her on a cliff as she is about to cast herself onto the rocks below and talks her down, saving her from suicide. I didn't pick this up when we played the game. However, Senua still feels that she's cursed and is afraid that her curse could bring harm to the village and, more importantly, to Dillion. Her people have a tradition where people who are thought to have been cursed seek penance. They go into the wilderness to live on their own in search of penance and self-suffering in an attempt to overcome their personal demons. While Dillion talks Senua out of killing herself, she decides to embark on this quest of penance alone in the wilderness. Dillion cannot talk her out of going, but makes her promise that she'll return to him afterwards. So Senua goes out to live alone in the forest and becomes what is known as a guilt. Guilt is essentially a person who's considered to have been insane who has been outcast by their village. Recovering from their demons and penance is kind of a nice way of saying, go away, you're creepy. That's in this, I swear to God, I didn't make that up. So Senua goes out to the forest, but she's promised to go back to Dillion, and that's not what Zinbel wanted. So seeing Senua separated from Dillion and the villagers, he sees an opportunity. He thinks that if he can eliminate Dillion, Senua will have no one to rely on and will be forced to return to him. So Zinbel goes on a journey of his own. He seeks out the Viking raiders who have been raiding the coast. He goes to them and makes a deal, telling them that he will lead them back to his village. They can plunder it if they just let him go afterwards. The Vikings agree to this. As this is happening, the Vikings are continuing to raid other villages. Ruth has been driven completely insane through all the horror and suffering he's witnessed, as concocted a plan to escape. When the Vikings are pillaging a nearby village and they set the village ablaze, Druth runs into the fire. Figuring the flames will do him in, the Vikings do not pursue him. Druth escapes the burning village and makes his way into the wilds, but he's badly burned in the process and barely survives. Out in the wilds by herself, Senua's mental illness has only gotten worse rather than better. Without anyone to support her and help her through difficult times, she slips further and further into her psychosis, losing touch with reality. One day out in the wild, she runs into Druth, burned and dying in the forest. She nurses him to health as best as she can. His burns are ultimately fatal, but she managed to keep him alive for some time. They become friends, bonding over their mental issues and past traumas. We're almost done. We only got a couple more paragraphs left. Hopefully you guys find this helpful. I'm actually really finding it helpful to just get all the events kind of laid out like this, so that's good. Okay, I gotta go flip my nugs, so one sec. We'll go do that, and then I'll be back, and we'll continue. Nugs have been flipped. Let's finish our story time. Right, so Senua rescued Druth. Druth is a scholar by trade and has spent the last 6 years traveling with the Norsemen. As such, he's gained a significant amount of knowledge about Norse myths and legends. As Senua cares for him, he regales her with tales of Norse mythology, as well as those of other lands. Oh, Muffin! Do you guys see Muffin? Right? I'm trying to point my finger, but I don't know how to get it. Anyway, she's in the bottom right corner and she's looking right at us. Hi, cutie pie. Wow, that's a pleasant surprise. Okay, Muffin's here for story time too. Excuse me. Senua interprets these things literally and begins to believe in them. Eventually, Druth succumbs to his wounds and dies, but his interaction with Senua before his death helped bring her back out of her depression and helped her understand that she needs human interaction to get better, not isolation. So Senua leaves the wilderness and heads back to her home. Unfortunately, when she returns home, she finds that the Vikings have raided the village and killed everyone. Finds Dillian strung up in a cruel ritual, and her mind snaps, sending her spiraling into a state of madness. Remembering the stories she heard from Druth about the afterlife from Norse mythology, she becomes convinced that if she takes Dillian's head, the vessel that can hold his soul, to Hell, that she can bargain with Hela to release his soul from Hell and return him to life. While rain represents the struggle Senua endured in the wilds, Surt represents the fire that burned Druth as he was escaping his Viking captors. Grammar is most likely Dillian's own sword, which Senua found underneath the tree when she first met him. The Odin trials represent the struggles that Senua faced after leaving her father that led her out into the wilds in search of penance. Fenrir seems to represent Senua's own fear and past trauma from her father's cruel mistreatment of her as a child. Hela represents Senua herself and the internal struggle she's fighting as she's coming to terms with Dillian's death and learning to leave behind the person she used to be. And there you go. That's essentially a chronological order of all the background. And again, what actually is happening during the game, we're not sure if that's real or if that's in her mind. I like to think that physically in some way it's real. Maybe she did go around, and I like the idea that maybe she went on a quest and killed all the Vikings, and that's why we were killing Vikings in the game. One thing that I would have liked is that if she had somehow ended up killing her father for everything that he had done, but it seems that she just kind of runs away from him, and in the end she accepts that Dillian is gone and that this mental illness will be something she has to deal with, but you know, it's part of her. It's not a darkness. It's just a part of her. So overall, great game. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, the story was meant to be kind of, you know, interpret it the way you will, but it's kind of nice to just kind of have it all laid out for me like that. As a lawyer, you guys can tell, I studied business and now I'm studying law, so I like things laid out very neatly and organized, so a nice little recap like that really helps me kind of pull everything together. So there you have it. Unfortunately, we didn't get a happy ending, which makes sense now that I understand the themes of the game. She was never going to bring Dillian back to life, but that scene at the end when they were just lying on the floor and like they were separated by that veil, I thought that was absolutely beautiful. The game as a whole, honestly, absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the game. I can stream for about another hour before I have class, so I'm cooking my nuggets, and I think I'm just gonna play some WoW. I don't want to start anything because I'm only gonna be playing for like an hour, and yeah, we'll play some WoW. I'll eat some chicken nuggets, and we'll just chill out. Also, I was reading on my phone, so I don't know what happened in chat. Can someone recap me? Please. Will I get WoW up and running? Just a quick update again. Oh no, my face froze at a really not attractive angle. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, we're back. Shit. So if we usually do set up like 20-ish minutes before the cast, are you gonna be home by then? Yeah, my class is over at 9. My class is over at 8 Eastern. So I'll be, yeah, I should be good for 20 minutes before. I'll come home and then get some food and we'll do setup. I was gonna ask you what we do in terms of setup, but I guess you'll just guide me through that later. But yeah, I did want to mention to everybody, I'm gonna play a little WoW here now, but later on this evening, I will be guest appearing on a wonderful podcast, and I'll let you guys know on Discord when we're going live with that. And so if you guys want to watch, and I will also host it on my channel. I'm going to be joining the wonderful podcast of my good friends Trev, Melly, Rory, and Morgan, and we're just going to be chatting about stuff. So if you guys want to hang out tonight, that is at 8:30 Eastern. We are starting a little early because they usually do it later, but I have school again tomorrow and stuff, so this time just worked better for me. So we are doing that, and then Friday night, we don't normally stream Friday nights, but this Friday night we're going to be starting Code Vein, which is the new anime Dark Souls style game which is coming out, which I think looks very interesting, and I'm interested to play it. So we're going to be streaming that Friday night. I don't know what time we're going to start. Probably like, I don't know, like 7 Eastern, around there. There's really no like definitive start. And then that game will be our new Sunday game, which is kind of exciting. Then we have Borderlands 3 on Mondays. And then, of course, we have another new game that we're going to be starting. We're going to be doing Link's Awakening on Wednesdays. So that's going to be kind of exciting. I'm really looking forward to all this. And, yeah, that's just kind of a quick recap of what we're doing. Let me get WoW open here. Just do some questing, just hang out, essentially. There we go. You've been disconnected. Okay. Fuck. Again. There we go. Here's my paladin. We got ourselves a level 22 paladin. We're getting up there. Leveling's been slow but steady. I was out of a computer for a week, so that kind of slowed things down. Anyway, yeah, I'm just doing some quests in the wetlands here now. Nothing too exciting. We'll just do some quests and we'll hang out, so. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing today? What's new with everyone? What's new with me? Oh yeah, I was saying this earlier on, but I managed to secure my Last of Us Collector's Edition. I'm so excited. I absolutely love The Last of Us. It's like one of my favorite games ever, and I managed to get, oh, I gotta change the game. Right, thanks, Trev. And yeah, so I managed to get myself a Collector's Edition pre-ordered, which is super exciting. Let's change this here. Classic Paladin leveling. World of Warcraft. Save. There. I think I updated it, Trev. Just let me know. It usually takes a minute too. Give it a minute and then. How much longer do we have today? I'll be streaming for about an hour. Then I gotta go to class. We'll just be playing some WoW for an hour. But yeah, no, I pre-ordered The Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition. Super excited. Can't fucking wait. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it sometimes takes a minute for Wisebot, but as long as you see it, that's good. Give it a minute and it'll, yeah, Wisebot will get it. So we're in the wetlands, and we've got a couple quests to do here. We need to bring Rethiel the Green Ward 9 crude flints. Actually, I might not do these quests, because me and MK were going to do these quests tonight. I might actually go to the Red Ridge Mountains and do the quests there instead. But there is one that we can do here for the Red Ridge Mountains. We can get these Murloc fins here, so let's do that, and then we'll go to the Red Ridge Mountains. I see it! Oh, there we go! Got caught up. Perfect. Thanks, guys. Let's go kill some Murlocs. Yeah. I'm super excited for what I've got kind of planned for stream coming up, because it's essentially all brand new games I've never played before, and it's all games that I really wanted to play. So, really looking forward to it. I think we're gonna have some fun. Tarvis, don't you forget, I mean, don't you worry, I haven't forgotten about our scary game. I think I'm gonna do, around Halloween, a one-off Halloween-y scary stream, and that'll be the perfect game to do for that, so don't worry, I'll let you know when I plan it out. Sounds like a nice Friday night with a couple beer kind of stream, you know? Also, I'm pretty sure this guy's a mini-boss, so we're just gonna fight him. He is, too. Gobbler. I fought him before.
I can't cast that yet.
Okay. Cool. We have to kill these Good luck, guys. Get some fins for our quest. Roll of strength and shiny fish scales, aka nothing I'm here to find. Oh good, 2 of them. They're probably gonna murder me. Oh god, 3 of them. They're definitely gonna murder me. Okay, what is the plan? I'll just run away, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna put this... They still might kill me. I hate that when you pull too many. Leave me alone. Oh wow, one of them actually died somehow. Okay, fine. I survived. I don't think I told anyone, but I bought some running shoes because I decided I was going to start running in the morning on days I don't work. I feel like I thought it was a good idea, but when I'm actually doing it, I'm going to be like, why did I do this to myself? Well, I think it's a great idea. Obviously, exercise is great, especially for potatoes like us whose main form of activity is sitting in exactly one spot for hours on end. So I approve, but yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say that you're gonna do these things, like, I'm gonna get a gym membership, and then you get it, and you go once, and you're like, why am I doing this? Like, yeah, so, anyway, I hope it goes well for you, but, please report back with how painful running in the morning is. My thumbs are like the Hulk's, right? Everything from my forearms up to my fingertips is fucking in peak condition. Everything else could probably use a little maintenance and self-care. Need to stop ordering Uber Eats. That's actually been like my goal for this year, is to stop ordering in food and try to cook meals more. We're only... Well, this is week 4 of law school, and so far I've actually done well. I think I've only ordered delivery like a handful of times. So we're doing good. But we're early on here. So I see that probably going downhill very soon, but hey Meerkat, thank you. What's going on? Yeah, here I am. I'm like, I'm gonna save money this year. It's gonna be great. And I've already made like 10 Amazon orders and just ordered the $200 collector's edition for The Last of Us. So clearly that's out the fucking window too. Guess I just have to enjoy it while I can, right? My food's almost done. I can smell it. Saving money is the next goal after I pay off Telericon and the rest of my PC. That isn't a now TIF problem, it's a future TIF problem. Exactly! That's the way I look at these things. Future TIF will understand. Figure that out when, you know, I have to pay off my credit cards. It's fine. Fine. One of these days I'll have a stable, sustainable income, and until then I'll just live my best life. Right? That's a way to look at life, I think. If I stay here, I'm totally gonna get eaten by Murlocs. So let me just kill this one to get to a safe area, and then I'm gonna go get my nugs! One day I'll be an adult, kind of. I can't even imagine, like, a life where I'm just a real adult. Because, like, I've done it for, like, 4 months at a time, you know, like, during summer work places, but then there's always the thought that, no, I can go back to playing video games all the time soon. How about those low-interest student loans? Well, that's the thing, right? How else do you think I'm affording this lifestyle? It's all through line of credit and student loans. I live on debt right now. I gotta live that life to the max before I stop doing that. There we go. That was the last Murloc beam I needed to. Let's just go here now and sit in this graveyard. Where else is a better place to sit your bum while I go get my food? 1 second. I just realized when I was gone that with this new fancy mic, you guys are probably going to be able to hear every single crunch in high definition, so I hope you're ready for that. It's almost like my mic, except I don't think we hear what you type. I was saying that earlier. What MK said he could hear earlier, I was like mashing buttons and he could hear the click click clicking. So you actually might be able to hear me on my keyboard, but I don't have a mechanical keyboard either, so I think it's a bit quieter. But yeah, definitely. Look, if you can put up with Trev's key mashing, then you can put up with my crunching. Sounds like a Nordic sourdough. Yeah. Such a fancy, exquisite foreign food. Did you guys actually hear the crunching? Because I'm really self-conscious. I'm gonna have to mute myself every time I take a bite. That was disappointing. No crunch. Oh darn. Good. That's what I like to hear. It's a big-ass nugget. Yeah, they're technically strips, actually. They're not nuggets. They are chicken in strip form. Okay, good to know y'all can't hear my crunching. Oh, so you're a liar. I guess I am. Technically am. Oh, there's the monster. We go for a little flight now.
Hello.
Oh, please fling me to Red Ridge. My thoughts exactly, MK. Fly time is great, eat time. Dino nuggets are the only nuggets that exist. Yeah, everyone keeps saying I gotta get some dino nuggets, so maybe next time I go grocery shopping, once I eat all these, I'll get dino nuggets. Mold them bitches into dino form. Incredible. MK, Jane's are the only nuggets and strips that I eat. They're my favorite. I'm so glad you said that. Jane's are the best. So when you take the bar exam, so I will take the bar exam next fall. So I'm in my last year of law school. So I need to graduate law school, and then I need to do my articling, and then I write the bar. So it'll be like next November-ish that I'll write the bar. But yeah, no, it's pretty much the same in Canada as it is in America. So we're still a year away from that. I gotta get through my last year of law school first. Are you nervous? I can't think that far ahead and get nervous, you know? I gotta focus on getting a law degree first, and then I can be nervous about the bar exam. But no, I'm not that nervous. I think it'll be fine. That night after rain is gonna be one big blackout, right? Fuck. It's gonna be a good one. No point stressing out over something 2 years from now. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just unnecessary stress. And the thing is that you know some people are stressed about it now. Like, and it's just like, come on. Maybe I'll be dead next week and then I'm stressed out for nothing. So, yeah, I'll figure it out. Still got a little while yet. The best part is that I already have an articling job set up for next summer. So that's a lot of people's like biggest stressor or worry, right? Is trying to find that articling position. So for people who don't know, well, yeah. So once you get your law degree, you're not technically a lawyer. You have to article, which is essentially like interning, but it's got an official name to it. So you article, which is essentially like being a resident after you get your medical degree, right? Like you don't go directly from med school to doctor. There's that like in-between period. It's the same. So I have to article, and then I write the bar exam, and then I'm a real lawyer. So anyway, a big problem is getting that articling position. There's stats to show that there's not enough articling positions for the number of law students there are. So I'm very lucky to have got that already all set up. So I don't even need to like worry about that this year. I'm going back to the same place I was last summer, which is super awesome. So like, that's a big stressor. That's like the more pressing stressor for me right now, and for most people in my position right now. And since I've already got that out of the way, I'm kind of just like cruising. And it doesn't even really matter what my grades are now in law school. As long as I pass, like, they're not going to ask me for them. So, like, you know, this is a straight up C's get degrees kind of year. If you already have something lined up, just skip the bar. You still need to write the bar to be a real lawyer. What kind of law do you want to practice? It's a great question because I've been all over the place. I did my undergrad in business. Excuse me, with a major in finance. And so coming into law school, that was what I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do corporate commercial law, right? And that would pair well with my background and my interests. But after actually learning about corporate commercial law, I don't hate it by any means, and I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't love it like I thought I would. And there's been some things like that. There's things I was like, oh, I think I like that I hate, and there's things that I've been like, oh, I think I'll hate that I love. For example, family law. I actually, going into it, I was like, two things I'm never gonna do are criminal law, family law. Criminal law, I'm still on that. I don't want to do criminal law. It's too much pressure. It's too much stress. It can be kind of scary and risky. Like, criminal law is not for me. However, I did some family law last summer, and I didn't hate it. It's kind of interesting because it's very settlement focused, so you don't go to court a lot. It's more of like, yeah, like settlements, arbitrations, that sort of thing, which I actually liked. It's also very juicy and interesting. You get all the gossip, you know, you get the tea in family law. So I'm not saying I want to be primarily a family law lawyer. The great thing is that the firm that I'm articling at is a full service firm. So we do everything. We do wills and real estate and family and corporate and, you know what I mean? So I will actually be able to just do a bunch of different things. I don't have to select kind of one thing right away. I will eventually sort of like niche into an area, as most people do. Luckily, I will get the experience to kind of figure out what I like, but I've definitely kind of have things that I like and have things that I don't like, so I'm interested to kind of try things, and yeah, I'm keeping all my options open. Whatever is needed of me, I will do, so. Sounds like a good plan? Okay. If Zeus thinks it's a good plan, then it's definitely a good plan, and I'm going with it. Alkalaw! That's good. That's good. You don't really want to be a trial lawyer, then? No, not really. I wouldn't mind going to trial every now and then, obviously, and no matter what law you end up practicing, sometimes you might have to go to court, right? Like in family law, even though most things settle, sometimes you do have to go to court. Same with personal injury. Although most things settle, sometimes you have to go to court. So it's not the option, but that's not what I want to focus on. For example, criminal, you only go to court. Criminal cases don't settle, obviously. So no, I don't want to be like a litigator per se. I would rather be more of a arbitrator, desk work, papering, you know? Not all laws, criminal law. Yeah, there's a lot of preconceptions, I guess, about law that you don't really, that even I had until I came to law school. Like, you know those gavels? Well, okay. This is true for me. This is true in Canada. This is not true in the US. So, you know, we always see the judge with the gavel, that like hammer, and they like hit, and they're like, order! Now, in the US, they do use those. But in Canada, we don't use those. Gavels aren't a thing. Like, those are just things. I just thought you walked into a courtroom and a fucking judge would be smacking a gavel. But that's not even a thing. That's not real, so... It's just little things that you learn like that. One thing I also learned is that in the UK, lawyers still wear those weird wigs in court. Can you imagine? I can't even imagine, like, going to court is stressful. Like, you know, you have to be prepared, and there's a lot of stress, and it's high pressure. And imagine having to go and wear a fucking wig while you're doing it. It was so wild. Yeah, like the Washington wigs, the white ones with, like, the curls. I couldn't believe it when I learned that. They actually still wear them in the UK. But, in Canada, we do wear robes. Yeah, so, you wear, like, just... If you go to trial, you wear, like, these long black robes. But no wig, no gavel. Yeah. So there you go. There's some fun facts for the day. If you ever just want to, like, wow your friends. There's some facts. Alright, do you have those fins? Hurry, we need those murlocs driven from the lake. Here you go, but I killed them from another place. They aren't even from this lake, so I really didn't help your problem. I totally, up to there, Dock Master Baron. You can show off Granny's perm! So no women in high shoulder pad suits. You will still see those. So you only wear robes if you're in a formal trial. If you're just attending court for a court appearance, or if you're attending like an arbitration or a discovery and those types of things, you just wear a suit. It's only for like a full-blown trial that you wear the robes. So you will see lots of women in suits still. Well done, Solara. I hope you didn't have too much trouble with those murlocs. Strange seeing them so far from sea. Wonder if they're here because they're running from sea. We've got a dwarven fishing pole, which is actually a gun. That's confusing. Thanks, Dockmaster Baron. That's a little better then, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to wear the full court getup very often.
Need help?
Erd Breton. Targor the Dread served under Galaxzog as Supreme Executioner. His methods were ruthless, even by filthy orc standards. Men who fought bravely to defend the kingdom were tortured on his whim. Now he's being held in the Stormwind Stockade, sentenced to die. Yet something is amiss. One of the bureaucratic nobles put a hold on his execution. I'm sure foul play is in the works. Put an end to Targor the Dread, Talara. Travel to the Stockade and behead him before trickery is upon us. I'm pretty sure the Stockade is like our next dungeon, isn't it, MK? I also have no Marerigan dungeon. Yeah, and I've got 2 quests for Stockade, so got 2 dungeons lined up. You want to hit them? There's quick text if you don't want to wait. Is that like in options? Dwarven fishing pole is actually gun. Sounds American to me. Never been in court, but I've been arrested twice. That means you had a good lawyer, Zeus. Stockade's like 24-30. Cool. We do them at some point. Cool. Alright, so what quests do we have for here? We have Shadow Magic. Bring 3 Midnight Orbs. They're from Blackrock Shadowcasters. We also have 10 Shadowhide Pendants. That. I think the Shadowhides are over here somewhere. Shadowhide Pendants. My mom was a lawyer! Oh, very cool! And she helped her son out. Didn't like throw you to the fishes. Let's go kill over here and kill the Shadowhide. Yeah, it's taking on the eastern foothills. Thought I remember them. They're all the way over here. Ron, we can go hunting or fishing. Oh. See if I can kill both of these guys at once. I don't know if I can. That'd be interesting. Oh, I have this active. I've never watched Parks and Rec, but I've heard nothing but good things. I should probably check it out sometime. Because I absolutely love The Office, and I feel like it almost has like a similar vibe. Wow, I actually am gonna survive. Awesome. You get hiding out behind a tree, you little idiots. Do you have any food? I got some bananas. Just sit down here and eat a banana. Get some potassium. Why are there so many orcs around here? Where are y'all even coming from? Why do you keep throwing nets on me? I'm not even moving anywhere. Like, how is this helping you? I've been standing here in this one position the whole time. I don't know why you think the net is suddenly such a game changer. Blackrock Outrunner. On stream? Is this a thirst stream now? What can I say? I'm poor. I need the money. What does a girl do when she needs money? Whips out a banana. No, I'm actually here stuffing my face with chicken strips on stream, so clearly the opposite of a thirst stream, I think. Hey Tater, how are you? How was work today? Work was shit? Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. Fuck these giant creepy spiders. So gross. For fuck's sakes. Hey Master, not really. I was kind of engrossed in my chicken strips. Well, what's up?
That's still recharging.
Oh, there was a karaoke pop-up. Okay, we'll save that for the end. I'll sing us off. Before we go to class. Right now I'm mid dinner. But yeah, we did finish Hellblade earlier. It was really cool. We also did a little story time where I did a story synopsis because, of course, it's a very metaphorical game. And so it wasn't straightforward. And as I was saying, as a business grad and soon-to-be law grad, I like things very laid out and organized. So we went and got ourselves a nice synopsis and it tied everything together. But it was a very sad yet beautiful game, and it was like more of an experience almost than a game. And I was glad we played it. Okay, I think these are the guys we're looking for. Shadowhide? Oh, that one's rabid. Fight him in a minute. Shadowhide pendants, yeah. I think you just killed these guys and give me that. Absolutely, Tater. It was the whole voices mechanic was so well done. Like, it really did feel like there were people whispering in your ear. It was just a technical marvel the way that they did it. It was great. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're just that was the stream today, was Hellblade. We played that for like 2 hours. But I had a bit of time before I had to go to class, so I figured I'd just hang out with you guys and we could just grind some WoW a little bit. Also, maybe these aren't the ones that we need to kill, because I haven't gotten a pendant yet. But yeah, I am grinding some WoW and eating chicken fingers and fries, so bear with me. Hi, Imperator! I'm currently eating my dinner live on stream before I go to class. So I apologize. But it's so nice to see you, and we have the mic up and running, and I want to say thank you again. It feels good to not have, like, the mic in my mouth. And everyone said that the audio quality is nice, and I have you to thank for that. So everyone thank Imperator for our nice, new, improved audio quality. Yeah. Also, yeah, we are not getting the items we need from this. Shadowhide pendants. Shadowhide Knoll clan. Like, maybe I just need to go over further? Or maybe I need to kill, like, these ones? Oh, hey, there's a mic now. Tiff does sound a lot clearer. Trev was saying earlier that I sounded different. Which I guess I kind of would if you'd only ever heard me through, like, a mic, or, you know? Or a headset mic. But yeah, it is, it does seem to be working well. I did a little fiddling around this morning, aka I googled what are the best settings for a Blue Yeti microphone. Followed exactly what they told me. And it does seem to be working out, so thank you very much again. Clear Tiff is clear. See you later, Meerkat. I hope you have a good evening at work tonight. I'll just be here killing Shadowhide gnolls until I die, because they're not dropping the shit that I need. You honestly do sound a bit different. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I would assume that, you know, just the headset might kind of distorted my voice a little bit. And I was saying, I don't really know what my own voice sounds like, because obviously what I sound like in my head is, like, different than what I actually sound like. But I'm assuming this is closer to what I actually sound like? Maybe? Guess we'll find out. If you want more information on the mic, my friend Ethan knows a good bit about them. Cool. Well, if you're ever talking to him and ask him if he has any tips for setup or anything like that, that could be cool. I would say you sound the same, but the vocals are cleaner. Okay. That's kind of what I want to hear. I'm glad my voice didn't transform. Cleaner sounds good. I can work with cleaner. No, I'm very pleased. I feel a lot more like a professional streamer, so it's fun. One tip, get a stand and don't leave it on a surface. It came with a stand, but I assume you mean one of those, like, boom mic things. That can be a future project, because it seems to be okay right now just on this little stand on my desk. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. Oh, and I got a pendant, though! That's good. My friend had the same mic, and he's the only one who sounds the same online as IRL. Okay. That's cool. Also, maybe we're not gonna die. Oh no, motherfucker chased me all the way here. We're gonna die. Well, it was a good run. At least we know who we have to kill. We have to kill these ones, which are, like, way higher than my level, actually. Maybe we shouldn't do this. Don't put it on a table because it's good enough to hear what people downstairs are watching. On his dorm? Seriously? Well, right now it's on a stand on my desk. So if we ever hear any... And I have the gain turned all the way to its lowest to hopefully avoid such problems, but if we ever have any issues. Generally, go to the cave in the top left of the zone first. Oh, if I kill them there, will they drop pendants? If that's the case, that's easy. Took the bus today, just got back from Martini lunch! Yes! I have been to the cave at the top left. I had to go there to get ore for another quest. If that's the case, maybe we should go kill them. See you, Meerkat! You shouldn't get too much feedback from games with the mic, actually. Yeah, everything seems good so far. I know that earlier when I was playing Hellblade, I was, like, furiously, like, thumb clicking, and it did pick up that from the controller a little bit. But I mean, my apartment is generally very quiet anyway. I live by myself and I'm on the very top floor in like the top corner of the building, so there isn't a lot of like traffic. So I'm hoping there won't really be any issues in terms of picking up any unwanted noise, but obviously we'll see how it goes. 75-cent martinis. Amazing. I don't think those gnolls drop the pendants. Yeah, I think it might be the ones over here because it said on the quest the gnolls in the eastern part. But if you see the quest, it's yellow, so I thought that would be like, I guess that's probably like level 24. We'll just try be a little bit more careful. Yeah, I've already done some of the gnoll quests in the top left of the area. These are the ones I have left now. So I need to get midnight orbs from the orc shadow mages. They're up in the top left as well. Then we've got to get the Shadowhide pendants. We have to kill Belly Grub. And then these kill Blackrock champions. Kill Thrall Zun. Kill Lieutenant Fangor. Those are obviously too hard for me. What server do you play on? We are playing on Deviant Delight. Me, MK, Gem, Tater, Melly. We got a bunch of us from stream here who have characters on this server, Imperative, if you're interested in playing with us. We also have a guild, and it's called the Muffin Men. So, if you were looking for a reason, that might be the one. Gonna duck out of work early? Awesome, Zeus. See you later. Have a safe commute home. Okay, my strips have been consumed. You can stop watching me eat now. Yeah, see, I'm only level 22, so I can do like 23 and 24, but 25 is when it starts to get a bit high. We killed these ones earlier, though, and we didn't get any pendants, so I'm wondering if it's specifically the ones in that tower. Which seems strange if it is. No, I got one from him too. Okay, so it must be all these, and I just wasn't getting drops before. Fuck, I pulled that guy before I should have. I didn't realize my health was so low. And take a potion. See the majority of the consumption. I think that was for the best. I doubt my best looks are when I'm stuffed with chicken. You can Hellblade fight too? Yeah, I just find it's tough because it keeps getting interrupted when they hit me. But you're right, I can do it. And if I'm a high enough health, I find I'll have enough time to do it. Oh wow, there's a lot of them over here. We're not going there. See what ones we can just pick off from the sides. Okay, we're gonna fight this guy apparently. Damn it. Yeah, I think these guys are a bit too high for me to be fighting right now. I'm only 22. Maybe we should try another quest, I think. These guys are like 25. What was the other quest? We had Belly Grub's Tusk, which MK said was west of the lake? It must be over here somewhere. Go get my body back and come back and let's go see if we can find him. Stuff with chicken is one of my preferred states of being. I mean, to be fair, it's mine also. MK, I picked up that quest last night, the Paladin quest, too, and you have to collect all these things. And I looked online, like, where you have to get them, and they are very varied. Like, I'm pretty sure the oak lumber, you have to go to dead mines to get it, so that is, like, a very involved quest, I guess. I definitely won't be able to do it on my own. Imperator, are you done for the day now? As if so, that's nice. You're off at a good time, although I'm sure you start super early. Being a ghost is so fun. Do 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 do. It sucks because the respawn point is literally as far away on the map from my dead body as you could be. Being in the army sounds hard. I would die if I had to wake up that early and then do physical activity all day. The army wouldn't want me anyway, I'm too noodly. Like, what are we gonna do with your noodly body, ma'am? But to free education! That's true, I could use a little free education every now and then. Okay, how are we gonna get out of here without getting murdered? No. You can always be a distraction! Yeah, I'd just be the noodly girl who runs across the battlefield, causing a distraction. That does sound like a role I might be able to play. A free education comes with more strings attached than a bad lawyer. Oh, for fuck's sakes! We are not dying again. No, we are not. We're putting a shield, drinking a potion, and running. Girl, I weigh 125 pounds! Oh wow, we weigh the same amount. Probably officer material. If that means I got to sit at a desk, I might do okay. Ew, I might actually make it out of here alive. Alright, let's see if we can go kill this piggy, shall we? What's his name? Wearing my kit and standing guard at the gate? Okay, that's not so bad. Hard on the knees and lower back. With a law degree, they would stick her in J and have her doing lawyer shit. I feel like me, and not only me, but a lot of people don't realize that there are other careers in the army besides the typical soldier role, I guess. Like, I didn't realize that I could ever be doing lawyer shit in the army, but I mean, it makes sense. Picking up pizza. Have fun, peace. I work IT in the army. Right, exactly. Like, it's... I guess it's kind of a career path that you don't really think about. But even if I did end up, say, doing law in the army, I still have to pass, like, the basic training or whatever. That's correct? And I know, Tater, you do, like, training sometimes on the weekends and stuff. Which makes sense. I guess you can't be completely inept if you are in the army. Master, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Officer school is different. You go through a simpler, easier version of basic training. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. I might be able to pass that. Also, upon graduating basic, foreigners receive their citizenship. Oh, really? Okay. In Canada, it's mentally more difficult than basic training, but similar physically. Okay, okay. Interesting. I'd almost just like to try it, you know what I mean? Just try it to see if I could do it for the sake of saying I did it. Ooh, level 24 beast. We might be able to kill him. We might be okay. % confident you can pass basic. It's really not that hard. If I'm ever tired of the lawyer life. Looking for a career change, maybe I'll take a look. Oh yeah, belly grub, you ain't shit. No.
I can't carry
Oh, fuck's sakes. What we got in here? We got some spider meat. Yeah, that's gotta go. That's the issue right there. Any spider meat or venom sacks. Gonna be a no from me. There we go. I mean, if you want, I can yell at you while doing push-ups, telling you to suffer in silence, because no one cares about you like my drill sergeants did. Aww. I don't understand what, because, like, you see that depicted in movies, and obviously I'm sure it's not 100% accurate, but, like, you hear stories like that, so you know that it kind of is, and I just don't understand the value in doing that. Like, anyway. Excuse me. A bouquet of scarlet begonias. What? I think it's just like a cosmetic item that you can hold in your hand. I gotta investigate this. You can't even see it, so what's the point? What the fuck? That was the most useless quest I've ever done. Okay then. Fashion is more important than functionality, Tiff. Well, I get that, but there wasn't even any fashion to it. I couldn't even see my flowers. What they're trying to do is create a high-stress environment since, you know, getting shot at by people trying to kill each other is stressful. Weeding out the people who can crack under stress. Okay. I mean...
How are you?
I think stress and personally insulting people are two different things, but... obviously, it must work, otherwise they wouldn't do it, so... I'll leave the training methods to the army, and I'll stick to World of Warcraft and law.
Have a good...
Repair my shit? Nope. Can you repair my shit? Yep. Okay, we're almost at level 23. That's exciting. I'd like to get 23 before the end of the stream. I mean, I can just go kill a couple things. Go try the shadow magic one. No, it's elite though. I don't think I can really do any of these. I think these are all kind of too high level for me right now. Might have to go back to the wetlands and train there, but I mean, I can do that with MK too. So maybe I'll just go kill a few things, kill a few orcs, and get those last 2 bars, and then I have family law this evening, so pack up and get ready. So let's just go get 2 more bars and then call it an evening. Some of you guys already know, and I did mention earlier, but I like to repeat myself, as you guys know. I am going to be on a podcast later this evening at 8:30 Eastern. I'm going to be the very first ever guest on Trev, Melly, Morgan, and Rory's podcast. That's kind of exciting. I will post in the Discord when we go live. Oh, I didn't know there's 3 here. Fuck. And I will host it on my channel if any of you guys are interested in coming and chat and hang out. Apparently I get my whole own segment where they're going to ask me questions about me. So this may turn into an interrogation. Who knows? I don't know what I'm really signing up for. But y'all are interested in finding out. That'll be 8:30 Eastern tonight. And if it goes badly, you can blame Trev. Fuck. Well, if you guys like watching people die in World of Warcraft, this was certainly the stream for you. Walk across water? Right, because I'm a ghost. I did know that. Thank you. Save us a minute or 2. Like Jesus? Yep. That's me. Call me Jesus. Hashtag karaoke reminder. Thank you, I will. Gonna get these 2 bars, then we'll do karaoke, and then I'll go to class. Dead like Jesus too! Savage! So savage. After karaoke, Tater's gonna get some foods. What are you getting this evening? Anything good? Actually, let's see how much we get for killing one of these guys. If it's like an 1/8 of a bar.
Still recharging.
Wow, it really was. It was like nothing. Okay. Well, I'll kill till 5, because then we can do karaoke, and then I'll definitely make it to class. So maybe we won't get the level, but I'll at least go till 5. Tie. Cool. Yeah, I don't think these guys will drop the pendants. I think it's exclusively the Red Ridge guys over on the other side. Welcome back, Zeus! Glad you made it home safely.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, you know what I think I actually might do? Oh, fuck. Is, might just go ahead and try to, because I'm gonna die here now. Just go and fast travel to the wetlands so that I'm there for in the future when I wanna, go back there. So it takes like a good 5 minutes. We're almost at 23, so next time I start playing, we'll definitely... Because wetlands, I think, is our level appropriate place, so... I think that's the play here. We'll just cut down on that travel time. Travel to the wetlands right now. And while we're doing a nice little griffin flight, I will get karaoke all set up. Actually, karaoke with a nice griffin flight backdrop might be nice, actually. I think that might be the play. Tater, was it you who requested karaoke? What I'm singing today. It was me. Alright, let's see what we got. Streamlabs. Think you'll enjoy the song? Okay. I trust you. Nice Zelda shirt, thanks. One of my favorite shirts, actually. I actually got it in Nintendo World in New York City. Kind of got a cool story behind it too, let alone I think it looks good and it's comfy. Like a triple whammy. Thank you. Peter, I've done karaoke in a while. Excited to see what this will be. You know, just for the sake of you guys can see the karaoke while we ride a griffin, which I think is kind of cool. Let's just, you guys won't see the words, but I will. Let's just do it this way, rather than switching to my normal where you guys can see the words along with me. Let's just sing while we griffin ride here. Oh my god, I fucking love this song. I don't think I can sing it though, Tater. It requires some vocal range that I don't think I have. But, the song we are singing is My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up by Fall Out Boy. I apologize in advance for what you're about to hear. Oh, 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 oh. The perfect Griffin music. Oh, we started. Fuck. I was watching my Griffin. I can't really remember how... I don't really remember how it goes. Hang on, I need to listen to how it goes. Yes. Dark, can't be sure what. Yes. Okay. I needed. Yeah. Okay, we'll start over. Don't worry, you'll get your whole song. Careful making wishes in the dark, can't be sure when they've hit their mark, and besides, oh, there was no mark. I'm just dreaming of tearing you apart. I mean, the details, I don't know why I can't get the rhythm for this here tonight. I really can't. This is just terrible. My songs know what you did in the dark. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. Oh. I do know the song, but I haven't heard it in so long. For some reason, I just can't get it. Writers keep writing what they... Somewhere another pretty vein just... And those words don't come up either. The double words, so I can't hit them. You have no rhythm anyways! Burn everything you love, the ashes. In the end, everything collides. My childhood spat back out the monster that you see. My songs know what you did in the dark. I'm not even trying to hit that. So light 'em up, light 'em up, so light 'em up, I'm on fire. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. Oh, in the dark, oh. Wow, I really butchered that one. My songs know what you did in the dark. My songs know what you did in the... Good job, background singer. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on... Oh, in the dark, oh, in the dark. Nothing like some Fall Out Boy to prepare for family law. That's right. There you go, guys. That's what Fall Out Boy, sung by someone with no rhythm, who doesn't really remember the song, sounds like. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can thank Tater for that one. I did have fun. I haven't done karaoke in a while, actually. It was kind of nice to get back to it. But yeah, and it was actually good timing because we still haven't even arrived. Like this flight path was a while, so it was kind of a good thing that we had some on-flight entertainment, I suppose. See what I did there? But anyway, guys, when this flight is over, I am going to log off and get ready for class. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know we had a bit of an eclectic stream. We finished Hellblade, then we watched the documentary, then we had story time, then we watched me eat, then we played WoW, and then we played karaoke. So it was literally a different Wednesday afternoon, but a fun one. I'm so glad to be back on PC. I'm so glad that I have my new microphone. Everything's just finally back to normal, and it makes me very happy. So yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you guys at the podcast tonight. Hopefully I'll see, and if not, hopefully I'll see some of you guys at our Code Vein launch stream Friday night, which is kind of exciting. So that will be the next time that I'm streaming. Otherwise, thank you guys again for hanging out today. I hope you had a good time. It was nice to see you all. It was a good afternoon before I have to go learn about the law, so, you know. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Have a good one.